Welcome to Carly's Colorful Corner, where you will learn how to draw a ravishing rabbit using pencil. First, we are going to use a gumdrop shape for the head. Let's make sure that our corners of our gumdrop are really rounded out for those fat little adorable cheeks that are on our rabbit's body. On the left-hand side, just below or at the bottom of your gumdrop, you are going to draw an oval for the shoulder or the bicep of your rabbit's body. Let's make a curved smiley line for the elbow and the arm of the rabbit. And then we will probably outline said smiley line with probably half of an inch or 3/4 of an inch of space between the outline and your smiley line. This will ensure that your rabbit's arm has some flesh and some fat and fluff to it. Next, we are going to do an even bigger oval, or more like a circle rather, just under the base of your bicep and where your elbow begins in your rabbit's arm. We want this to be a generally large sized circle to allow enough fluff for the hip and for the fur. I would not make that circle go out and beyond your rabbit's arm. In fact, it looks like the circle on the reference image I made in Canva. It looks like the outside of that circle kind of lines up with just after the rabbit's elbow bends up and around whatever it's holding. On the side or the left-hand side of that rounded circle, you are going to add a stretched out ellipse. That's kind of like an oval, but it's squished and skinny. This is going to be the foot of your rabbit. Let's use a widened out or a bowed out J line to make the spine and the rounded out part of the hip. We're going to do that by connecting up to the bottom right hand corner of your gumdrop shape. And the bottom of your J or the tail of your J is going to wrap up and connect just under your rabbit's hip where the heel starts. Let's add some chubba lubba to that left hand cheek because fat animals are absolutely adorable. And then we can use our eraser to clean up all the extra lines inside the body that aren't necessarily needed. You can decide what type of ears you would like. I want my ears to kind of be standing up. Now remember, your rabbit is turning and looking over its shoulder, so the the ear on the left hand side is actually going to appear to be smaller and skinnier than the ear on the right hand side. This is a drawing technique called foreshortening and atmospheric perspective. When things are further away from the viewer, they appear smaller than what they actually are, specifically because space kind of creates depth. So, You are going to make sure that your ears kind of mimic that rule, but you get to decide what you want for your ears. You could have floppy ears, you could have standing up ears, you could have one that's up and one that's bent. Totally up to you, your art, your choice. My ears, however, are just a simple series of ovals. An oval on the inside, an oval on the outside, and like I said, the left hand is a little bit smaller than the right. Now, the face in itself is turned and it's looking over the rabbit's shoulder. So the left hand of the face is actually going to be skewed to a point where it's going to appear smaller and the features are going to look smaller. That is because this part of the face is furthest from the viewer. Then I'm going to also add a bowed horizontal guideline to help me figure out exactly where the nose needs to be. And this will also help me figure out the placement of the eyes. All right, let's add our eyeballs by using our center guideline as a guide. We're going to have one eye on each side of the center guideline, and the horizontal guideline should be running right through the middle of those eyes to ensure that they are centered within the rabbit's face. Don't forget to add the mouth. I used kind of like a W shape. I had the center guideline split right down the half of the W. Totally up to you if you want to do this, or you can do like a curve. Your art, your choice. And then add some details to the eyeballs. I'm looking for like an anime effect, kind of something super cute, maybe kawaii. So I'm going to add a few circles for the highlights in the eyes to kind of make those cute shiny eyes that little rabbits have. Oh, and don't forget to add the tail. Now that the face has been scratched in, we no longer need these guidelines, so let's remove them accordingly using our eraser. I don't know about you, but I kind of want my rabbit holding something, so I am going to insert a flower in the rabbit's hand and maybe a flower in the near the rabbit's ear. Totally up to you. You can add whatever embellishments you want. Your art, your choice. Now for the flower in the ear, I'm using a circle for the center point of the flower and then teardrops all around the flower to almost kind of create like a star shape. I think I'm doing the primrose here if I do recall correctly. And then I am going to kind of create like heart shapes around the teardrops for the large part of the petals. For the lilac, I am doing kind of like a cotton candy or blob kind of shapes, and I'm just doing a bunch of squiggles for this area, quite frankly. It's a lot easier than drawing every single individual flower by itself. And that, my friend, is how you can draw a beautiful, ravishing rabbit using pencil. Stay tuned for part two, where we will end up using ink to shade in this piece.